Good afternoon, everybody. Well, the tree lop is actually finished around lunchtime somewhere, but I've had visitors all afternoon, so I've had a lovely afternoon, so I haven't had a chance to do a video for you showing you what happened. So the trees have gone. We've also had the cars removed too, so really excited about that. So yeah, it looks a bit different. Actually, it looks a lot different. It's not just a bit different. It's a lot brighter out here now. There's a lot more light being let in, and now the gutters won't get filled by all of these leaves that we've been told will actually ferment in the gutters and taint the water and make the water go brown, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. So we had a heap of trees cut down from down this side. We've still got some stuff to move, but we had trees chopped down from here, and we removed the barbed wire fencing from here. There's still a little bit of barbed wire there and a bit of barbed wire there on that side of that gate that we need to remove. Then there's a bit of barbed wire here around all our aquaponic beds that eventually will be getting put back together as aquaponic beds. And chicken coop. There's a chicken coop there too. So there's a bit of barbed wire here and there. So there's 2 or 3 trees, 4, maybe 5 trees cut down in here. Unfortunately, the bougainvillea is still here, so I'm going to have to take that down. It's a thorny, horrible little plant. Pretty flowers. I don't like the thorns. But check out the little birds. They're so little. They're so sweet. They come around all the time. So my intent is to put a garden in here and have a trellis on it growing passion fruit or something along those lines. And then over at that fence line, have in the trees there. So have some mulberries and moringas as the canopy layer, and then have the elderberry and a few other plants in there as the shrubby bushy layer, and then go for a herbaceous layer, and probably have some vines growing up the trees as well. I might even chuck some mushrooms in eventually. So there were a few trees chopped down along here, and then we've had this area here cleared, a few palms taken down. That big one is probably going to be dug up and used somewhere, so it'll be replanted. And this is a hole Gavin's been digging for the sump for the aquaponics. So he's thinking of having the aquaponics here in a H format. So that'll be the middle, so have the beds that way and beds along here. But we're getting a water tank put in here because there's guttering all along that front section of the house. So we're getting a big 22,000 litre tank put in there. We just got to prepare the ground, put the crusher dust down and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so there's a few palms that are cleaned up over here, as well as a fig tree. Figs are really, really bad around septic systems, and this particular fig was pretty much right on the septic drainage field, which is very, very bad because the roots get into the drainage pit and clog it up and make it so it doesn't work anymore. So that's the progress around here. There's still a lot of work in this area, but that's all good. It's all good. Now we can at least get through here and make some progress. So I'm still planning on keeping an aquaponic system here, but we're going to have to put shade cloth over the top because it's just going to get too much sun. Oh, my table has moved. Oh, they probably had to move it when they were chopping down the fig tree. Sorry, I just moved the camera so quickly then. But check out how much it's opened up this backyard. And I don't have to worry about any more of those leaves getting in the gutters. I don't have to worry about the power line anymore. So that's where our power comes into the house, and it was starting to get affected by the gum tree that was there. And these particular gum trees are not ones that koalas will eat. And look at the giant pile of mulch. It was like, I think they did 2.5 truckloads, and the trucks hold about 12 cubic meters. So look at that. I'm very excited about that. Not that I need to go through the gate, because we've taken all that barbed wire down. I don't know why I'm going through the gate. Habit, probably. So he wasn't going to mulch up the palms, but it looks like he actually decided to. Which, that's okay. I don't really mind that there's palm in there. Palm leaves help to add potassium and, is it potassium? It's definitely silica to the soil. So yes, my giant pile of wood chips. I'm very excited about what this means for my garden and for this property. Because I'm wanting to plant a lot of trees in here, so I'll end up with mulberry and moringa, and some ice cream bean tree probably. Ice cream bean tree is a really good nitrogen fixer, so it puts nitrogen into the soil, and the fruit tastes like ice cream. So double bonus there. Mulberries are just an all-round fantastic plant. They are a pioneer, they grow quickly. They're fire retardant, so a really good tree to have around the house. I've actually seen photos of houses that were in the bush that were protected by a mulberry tree. Everything around it was burnt down, except for the mulberry tree, which saved the house. So yeah, this has made such a big difference to the property. It really has. And I'm really looking forward to the moisture holding capacity of all these wood chips, and the nutrients that they're going to release throughout the property. So yes, one dead tree. There's lots of dead trees around here that need to be cleared up, and that's okay. It's okay. We're working on it. Things will get worked through, but it takes time. We are probably going to need to replace that tank at some point in the not too distant future, but we're going to wait until we've cleared out all next to the shed here, because I'm thinking of potentially putting 2 or 3 big tanks along here, but that'll be in time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen straight away. For starters, we're going to have to prepare the ground, and this ground is fairly uneven. Ooh. Chickens are going a bit berserk over there. There's too many boys and only 2 girls in there. I've got to get the girls out. So yeah. So I'm very, very pleased with the progress that has been made today. Very, very pleased. I mean, there's still some little saplings that need to come out. Otherwise, they're just going to grow back up into big trees, which we don't want. But that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I'm actually looking forward to... They did chop back the leukina, which is great because it had gotten too tall. I couldn't reach it. And the leukina is a really good forage tree for the goats. So that is going to grow back fantastically. And it'll have... So technically it's actually considered a weed. But I'm pretty sure this is a leukina as well. Time will tell on that one. It'll show up. So there's actually 3 little leukina plants there. I may actually try transplanting those because I don't want them here. But I have got spots out in the paddock that I would like them. So I might try digging them up. It just depends on how deep their taproot goes. There's another little one there too. This is why leukina is considered noxious weed, because it does proliferate and it spreads, which is why it's really good for forage for goats and cows and sheep and all that sort of stuff, because it creates a lot of food for them, which is why I want it. So yes, I think I'm reasonably happy with that one there, but these 4 over here I will take out. I will try and move those over into the paddock somewhere where the livestock can actually eat them. Of course, the other side of that too is, if they're here, it means that I can harvest them and use them for chop and drop and mulch and all that sort of thing. But they're a pioneer, and they're also a nitrogen fixer. So they'll add nutrition to the soil, they'll add minerals to the soil, and they provide food for the goats, which is fantastic. It's a really, really good beneficial plant, but it is one that needs to be kept in check, and if you don't have livestock, it's probably not a good idea. And it is a noxious weed, so you really probably shouldn't anyway. But that is the update after the tree loppers. And I've got another video to go up yet showing their progress and showing it as they were going. But yeah, this is the after effects. I am so excited. It just feels like we're finally making progress. Just so good. They're very happy. Anyway, you have a great day. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. And if you know of any good pioneer hardy trees that grow well in it's like a Mediterranean-y type environment. It's technically, I think it's supposed to be like subtropical, but it's really not, because we get a lot colder here and we get a lot hotter. So we get colder nights and we get hotter days. And we don't get a lot of rain, and it's a dry environment, so it doesn't have the moisture content. So technically on the map it looks like it's subtropical, but it really isn't. It's more of a cool temperate, maybe even a hot temperate, if that's such a thing. I'm not sure. But yes, so I know moringas should grow well. Olives grow well in this area. I think pomegranates will do pretty well. So yeah, I've got so many ideas on things to plant and things to grow. Very, very pleased. And that pile of wood chips is going to enable me to do it. I had bought one 10 cubic metre truckload, and honestly that 2.5 is like 3 times plus the amount that I got in that 10 cubic metres. So I'm very pleased. And it also means that I'm returning the nutrients from this property to this property, and it needs it. It needs it very badly. The soil is so degraded. And part of that is because of the drought. And it's been quite hard in this area of Queensland. And because of the drought, there's been no ground covering. And it's just clay. Like there's a little bit of sandy soil type thing up there, but then it hits the clay pan. And it's hard. It's rock hard. I'm thinking I might plant some daikon radishes around the place, because that's really good at breaking up hard grounds. But time and water. I mean, we have got the dam, but at the moment we need to use petrol to actually pump that water. So, and also we haven't got anything really growing, and I've only got the goats, and the goats are quite hard to move around at the moment because the infrastructure is just not in place. So we need to work on the infrastructure and putting organic matter into the soil. And I may in time have to migrate away from goats, or potentially just have goats in one section of the property and have other animals in the other sections, which I might do that. So yeah. Anyway, you have a great day, and if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. And remember to like and subscribe, and to hit that little notification bell so that you get let know when we upload messages, and you can come along on our journey to a more sustainable lifestyle where we're growing more of our own food and organic permaculture methods are being practiced. So yeah, anyway, have a great one. Bless you.